So today in this video, I'm going to show you how to gain a persistent administrator command prompt just by having physical access to the computer itself. This is only for Windows machines, obviously, but all you're going to need is just physical access to the machine and a bootable USB drive with a Windows installation media, which you can use using the Windows Media Creator tool, I believe it is, or is it something like that. But yeah, all you need to create is a Windows 11 or 10 installation media bootable USB drive, and from there, all you need to do is plug it into your target machine. Now, gaining an administrator shell, a persistent administrator shell, where all we're going to have to do is go to accessibility and just turn on-screen keyboard, and then that will bring up the shell. By doing this, you can change admin, you can activate admin accounts, change the passwords of any user account on the local drive. You can do some pretty harsh stuff. So to get started, all we're going to have to do is click this power button, hold down shift, and then press restart while holding down shift. And then once it boots down, you can obviously let go of shift as soon as you click restart. It should bring up the recovery menu. Now, this does work for Windows 10 and Windows 11. If you're on Windows 10, just do the same steps. You'll have like a different user interface, but other than that, it should be the same. So we're going to click user device, and then from here, you should see your USB device, your bootable USB drive on here. Just click it. In this case, mine's the virtual CD. It's going to restart, and then I'm going to press the key to boot from CD. And then from here, when it loads, it will bring up the installation, Windows installation. I don't know really what to call it. Kind of the tool to install Windows on your machine. Which this is where the fun part comes in. So when we're on the Windows setup screen, all we're going to want to do is hold Shift and F10. From there, we're going to get an administrator command prompt. Now, as you can see, this is in the X drive, and the X drive being our bootable drive, So from here, all we have to do is just type C and then colon, and then verify by typing dir that you see program files, users, Windows, your local drive. If not, it could be D. It should be D or C. From there, what you're going to want to do is you just want to type cd Windows and then system /system32, and then we're going to want to rename osk.exe to I'll just say temp, and then from there I'm going to copy cmd.exe to osk.exe. So what we're doing is we're renaming the onscreen keyboard.exe to just onscreen keyboard.temp, and then we're copying our command prompt exe and then naming it our on-screen keyboard exe. From there, we're done. We can just literally, all you're going to have to do now is just power off the machine or restart it, which I'm going to do. As you can see, this is a VM. And then from there, once we launch the machine, we will be able to literally launch an administrator shell. It's going to also log me in here because I have no password set for this VM. And then from there, we just go into our accessibility menu, and you see where it says on-screen keyboard. We just click on, and it will bring up our administrator shell. From there, we can type some very malicious commands in here. Like, if let's say I want to change, obviously there's no password set for this, but let's say I want to change the password for this. I could do net user, and then obviously our username is just user, and then set a password of just password. From there, now when we click sign on, it's going to say the password's incorrect. And obviously we don't get a password prompt because there was no password set on it. We'll have to restart the machine. But yeah, all you have to do now, as this is persistent, whenever you click this on-screen keyboard, it's going to launch the command prompt. And for perspective, this is an administrator command prompt. So you're able to, like I said, if you want to set passwords, remove passwords, all you need to do is net user and then your username, in my case being user, or we could do net user. I think it's /add username. And then we can add users. Obviously, they're not going to appear here straight away. We'd have to restart the machine. But then, yeah, from there, you just type your username, and then you type what you want your password to be, which I'm just going to do passwords in all caps. And to even show you, I'm going to restart the machine again so that you can see these commands have actually executed and that the command prompt is persistent. The only issue with these is that I believe if the drive is encrypted with BitLocker or using any kind of encryption software, this type of exploit will not work. You need to make sure that the drive isn't encrypted. Like if it's using Windows 10 or 11 Pro, probably most people don't enable BitLocker. It's not enabled by default, I don't believe, unless you're I don't know if enterprise enable them, automatically. But from there, literally, as long as the drive isn't encrypted, as you can see, I'm now being prompted with my users. I don't know why it's created two users, but and then from there, what I set the password to was password, as you can see, and also I'm gonna show you. Go to on-screen keyboard. Command prompt's still there, and this is an admin command prompt. But yeah, from there we can just click that. It will say welcome, and then it will take us to our newly freshly account or to any account that you've changed the password with. That's basically it. It's very simple. Windows is a bit of a iffy, operating system with its kind of physical. You need to make sure the physical security of these machines. You got to lock them down because of exploits like these. But yeah, that's literally it. And then if I sign out again without needing administrator privileges, I can change admin accounts. I can activate admin accounts if they're not active. I can run any Windows command that I feel like just by going to here and on-screen keyboard. Yeah, that's it. Bad security, Windows.